Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, May 14th, and we're here for Identity's Office Hours. As usual, thank you very much for joining us. For those of you who are here, and for those of you who are listening later on, thank you very much for listening later on. So today, a couple cool things. I was part of the Virtual Real Estate Growth Summit that just happened Tuesday and Wednesday. So it was 12th and 13th. And it was a really cool production with amazing speakers. It was a 2-day thing, 4 or 5 hours each day, 17 speakers in total. And anyways, one of the things that one of the speakers, the Mark Bowden, mentioned in one of his presentations was something that I thought was very cool. So we're talking about bringing people into our lives, bringing people into our homes. And that's the way we are doing business right now, right? Something he said is that he's noticing that people are being very serious in front of their cameras because it's weird to just talk to a camera and not see anybody else, right? Not see anybody else react or anything like that. So what he suggested was grab a sticky note, draw a smiley face on it, and put it behind the camera. Like literally stick it behind the camera. And you know what? I don't have sticky notes. Otherwise, I was going to do it right now, but I realized I actually don't have sticky notes. And I'm actually going to do that right now, and I'm going to tell you if I see a difference or not. I thought that was a wicked recommendation. Oops, I just lost my pen. Here we go. So I'm literally drawing a smiley face. As you guys can see, I don't know if you can see. It's pretty. I'm putting it behind my camera. So if you see me smiling and laughing throughout this, oh my God, it actually works. I'm looking at it, I'm smiling. It looks a little bit like, what's it called? What's the movie with Wilson? Tom Hanks.
Castaway.
Castaway, that's it, Castaway. Anyways, that was the first thing. The second, then a couple more things that are more industry related. Here, let me share my screen with you guys. For those of you that use Google Chrome, something very cool. Apparently next week, Google Chrome is going to start allowing us to group tabs and be able to label them. I don't know if you guys are just like me. I have like 30, 40 tabs open.
Yeah.
On 4 or 5 different browsers, exactly, right? So starting next week, Google Chrome is actually going to allow us to group them, label them, so that we can actually have all those tabs come up whenever we need them and manage the tabs a little bit better. I actually use a tab manager myself, but I'm really looking forward to see how Google is going to incorporate that into the thing. This is a bit of a picture I think that somebody did on how it's going to look. That was the first thing. The second thing was I admittedly am not as big in LinkedIn as I am in the rest of the social media platforms, but LinkedIn added polls and live video. They're trying to create that same office environment, right? As most of you know, LinkedIn is a very professional network, if you will. And they're trying to create that office environment. So they actually have added polls, and they have added the ability to actually, and they're about to launch a new LinkedIn virtual events where you can actually create video events within the LinkedIn platform. Something to note though, I don't know if you guys knew, but LinkedIn is actually owned by Microsoft. For some reason, they actually haven't integrated it with either another Microsoft
Teams.
product, which is Skype, or with Teams. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's coming down the line as well. So if you use LinkedIn, maybe it's one of those features that you may want to use, either the polls or the live. And yeah, that's a little
Is that
bit of.
live now?
You know what?
I haven't. I just logged in on my LinkedIn today. I didn't actually go dig into it and see any new features. That's pretty cool if it is.
I logged in yesterday and I didn't see it. This article is from May 12th, which is 2 days ago. So I'm assuming it's coming. If you don't have
That's
it
a
yet.
great tool. Like if you just like Instagram polls, right? But like now on a professional network. So just thinking out loud from like my last video, you could just hey, do you feel like you're properly allocated, right? Like
That's it.
In line with my last video. And then if someone who says no, they're not sure, it's like, hey, book an appointment with me, right? Like.
So something
Cool.
else to notice with LinkedIn, actually with all social media platforms, and I'm going to close this up so I can show up here. Um, the wind just blew up my smiley face. It left. something to notice with all these social media platforms is that they roll things out to groups of users at a time.
Right.
So it may not actually be available for you, Ben, but it may actually
fair
be
enough.
available for Lori, right? But eventually it rolls out to everybody, right? They don't want, if they have any bugs or any issues, they don't want their entire user base to actually complain about something, right? And that's it. That's all I have for some little tidbits, as I usually do at the beginning. Floor is yours, guys. What's going on?
Actually, while we're on LinkedIn, I was just I was on a webinar with one of the fund companies, and they were just talking about how to use LinkedIn for prospecting and kind of just reaching out. But I've also had other people approach me on LinkedIn about using like LinkedIn bots and things like that to like start our conversations. What's your experience been with that? As far as me, what I'm doing, right, is as far as a prospecting tool, whether it's a client, individual client, or a business client. Obviously, as you know, through BNI, that's my thing. Business owners, which I know LinkedIn's a great way to filter through that, as well as potential people who are looking for opportunities on the whole recruiting side as well, right? So there's 3 things I'm looking at, but as far as sending direct messages through LinkedIn, doing it literally like the guy was saying on the call, like just doing 10 a day, and just that's a little bit more personal as opposed to literally going and getting a bot. Just like, I don't know what your feeling is on those things.
So I'm very mixed on it. I've tested a couple bots, automatic bots, but I found they were very disingenuous, if you will, because it was sort of almost same message. If you're starting to reach out to people on LinkedIn, which I think you do, you should do, and something that's also on our pipeline. Go profile, look at it, look at a couple things on their profile, and maybe message where the connection would be with you. Right. I've seen some really cool things of people messaging me directly on LinkedIn, being like, I don't know, I went to your website and I saw at that point we had a landing page for dental clients. It's like, oh, I saw you work with dental clients. I actually sell product for dental clients. Maybe we can collaborate together, right?
Nice. Yeah.
So I immediately, not immediately, but I was drawn to that message and I actually replied. We connected on LinkedIn. We chatted a little bit. Obviously, this situation came down, so we put that on hold. But I think that personal connection is probably going to be a little more relevant.
Yeah.
I read once of a bot that is able to extrapolate or take data out of people's LinkedIn's profiles and put that on the message. But I didn't try that out. I can try finding that.
Yeah, the one that the company, and I actually spoke to one of the reps. They reached out, and I was kind of interested. It just came down to a cost thing, right? And it was they're called Fortuna AI. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Sounds familiar, actually.
Fortuna.ai. So anyways, they specifically LinkedIn, and they said they do have a background with financial advisors. So I was like, okay. I'm interested. I talked to them, and they said that their experience is basically depending on the plan you get, and can send out, whether it's 500,000 or 1,500 messages a month for you. And, they have their percentages of lead gen and all that stuff. You set the parameters, and I think it initiates conversations. And then when someone responds back, it pings you, and then you can go in and respond personally. And I was like, that's a bit of a hybrid. I kind of like that. But again, I just didn't have the, whatever it was, $2,000 or whatever for 3 months. And I was like, ooh, that's a little heavy right now. And, so in terms of an investment, but anyways, I was like, the idea of using that versus just taking the time, and just like any other prospecting method, right, is just take the time and do 10 a day. That's 70 a week. It's going to be whatever it is, 280 a month. Like, you're going to get some yeses in there. Like, somebody's going to accept. A lot of people are going to say no, but my fear, I guess, with bots is that people, like you said, I think they know. At least I know when it's a bot, you could just tell, right? And like, this is so impersonal. And one of the other cool, really big takeaways that I wanted to share with you guys is that the guy said that, I don't know, I did not know this, but speaking of features of LinkedIn, apparently they added that you can actually send voice notes. And I did not know that, with an invitation, which is even more personal.
That would be great to tap into.
Yeah. So when he said that, I was like, I haven't tested it yet, because I just was on the call last week, and obviously been doing other stuff, but I was like, you know what, I gotta really tap into that. But I don't know if that's, if you knew about that.
You know what? I
Apparently you can
Or
send voice.
sending
I
a
haven't looked
video
how, but
message too.
that would be even better. That's like the next
Mhm.
step. But like
That's
like you
next
said,
level.
instead of just being like, hey, you know, like you said, like saw your profile, you know, hey, we went to the same school, blah blah blah. Like would love to connect, whatever. Or it's like, hey, this would love to connect, and then have a voice note, because with a voice note they have to play it, right?
well, you
The
know
message
what?
they can ignore it. So I
I
don't know. I thought
can't
that was really cool. You're trying right now, aren't you?
I can't. Yeah, I did. I totally did. And I can't find the feature to do that. So maybe it's something we'll definitely research, because yeah, that was really cool. And there's another tool, and I'm looking at Bailey so she can make note of this as well. Oh, I forgot the tool that I used to use. I had my sales funnel, okay, and for anybody that displayed any interest, you know, they filled out the form, whatever. I had this app that you could literally record it, and it was very simple to record a video, upload it to an email, and send it right away. And the name of the app totally escapes me now, but that's sort of on what
Oh,
both of you are saying, right?
I think somebody just
Um,
told me about that one.
so I'll have to go and look at my at my list of apps. I actually have a whole chart of apps that I
Is it
use.
Bomb Bomb?
No, it's not that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like
I'll have to look at it, but I'll definitely get back to you guys on that.
I've just done that with FaceTime and, you know, sending it in a text. And it's been like just simple things that are already on your phone, which work pretty damn good. And it gives a little image too.
Right.
Just for like
Um,
simple stuff. Or
yeah,
were you talking like a mass emailer?
yeah. It was because leads were coming directly. So instead of typing everybody in my phone and then trying to FaceTime or sending a message directly on the phone, I would actually just do it on this platform, and then it would just like be a matter of 3-4 clicks, and they would send it out, right?
Not bad. Not bad.
Uh,
I find myself with those LinkedIn connections, Ben, and I don't think you're going to be this guy doing that because you're super personal. What I really dislike is when you accept them, 2 seconds later, you're getting this flurry of,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it has nothing to do with you. Like I've had design companies doing this, and I'm like, you obviously didn't look at my profile because I do
Yeah,
exactly the same job as you.
yeah.
And
Where you can tell
yeah,
that that's
like,
clearly a bot, right? You're like they're looking for
yeah.
keywords and sending it to you, and you're like, that's not, you know, it's just.
And it was irritating actually, because it
it
was
is.
just so impersonal. And I also had a finance guy out of Caledon. He did at least use the Caledon part, but he did the flurry of messages, not crafting something that introduced himself. And like, I think maybe in the 5th text message that he sent, he then started asking me like my net worth, and
Whoa.
I'm like, you have known me for half a millisecond.
Yeah.
Like,
Whoa.
slow down.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
LinkedIn does have a tool, again, that I used to use. I don't have it anymore. I just logged in to see maybe if I have access to it. It's called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I think it's like 70 US a month. But at one point, I saw the value in that because it lets you search. It lets you do a more broader search in terms of the types of leads or the types of connections that you'd be looking for in LinkedIn. Ben, if you're looking into LinkedIn, they have a 30-day trial. If I'm not mistaken, it's called a LinkedIn Sales Navigator.
I think I keep seeing, and maybe my phone's listening to me. Oh, it definitely is, because I've seen ads for that for me.
There you go.
So it's definitely listening to me.
So
Yeah.
try it out, because I found the search capability that LinkedIn Sales Navigator had was fairly powerful if that's a way that you're going to be going to do your lead generation.
Well, just one of, right? I mean, I don't
Of
want to
course.
spread myself too thin, but I'm doing multiple things right now, but it's all part of the same goal of a new way to prospect, right? One of my as I've been saying, 5 to stay alive, right? Well, one of those
I like that.
one of those is obviously, the networking group that we're in, as well as just, well, usually it'd be meeting people normally, but then, now we kind of have to take that online, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
using, like you
absolutely.
said, content marketing, and also just reaching out to people digitally. So
Yeah,
Ben,
and
have you also set up your company on LinkedIn as
yes,
like separate of you?
yeah.
Okay, that's something I just did a couple months ago. I didn't even know it actually existed.
Yeah, well, the
yes.
business page, yeah.
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 So we post to both my personal part of LinkedIn and then the business page.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's usually what we also do for our clients here.
Mhm.
So yeah, how's it going for you, Lori? I know a lot of things happening, changing,
Yeah.
not changing.
Yeah, some really good stuff. So I'm moderating these product launch sessions for designers. And I have one today at 2:00, which is awesome. And we're probably going to have our biggest turnout yet, which is probably going to be shy of 100. If not, we're going to be turning people away because
Oh
I have
wow.
100 seat limit on it.
Yeah.
And I've been contacted by other companies, which is great, other than having a wee bit of burnout.
No kidding.
I love the designer series. It's really the editing on the back end has definitely got faster, but we're starting to have projects come in and I need to really start focusing there. So, but I have been asked by a real estate agent to do a walkthrough of a multi-million-dollar property
Oh,
and
that's cool.
give design ideas as she walks through. So we're going to kind of do it in tandem. And then I've also been asked by some local magazines, smaller magazines, to do some interviews on what I'm doing
Very cool.
with the social
Oh,
media.
that's
So
really cool, Lori. Well done.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well done.
Other
Amazing.
than, I'm going to do the interview and then I'm going to like bail. Joking.
Well, then maybe now is a great opportunity for you, Lori, to see how you can leverage everything you've done. Maybe leverage the team. Maybe scale down,
Mhm.
but try to keep some of those same efforts, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, or we're just going to probably end up morphing them a bit.
Yep.
The research that I would be doing for these new clients, then we would try to monetize that of sorts, in meaning make it into a video. Everything that we're making, we're putting on our YouTube channel. So my
Perfect.
assistant, that has been added to her job. So
Perfect. And something else that you may consider is if it's simple editing of videos.
mhm.
I don't know if you've ever used Fiverr.
I've heard of it, definitely.
So it's a marketplace where people do jobs, right? And it's from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually found amazing contractors there as well. And
Oh,
people
okay.
will edit your video for like $10,
Ah,
right?
awesome.
So, and again, if it's not, what I find with Fiverr is if you have very, very set, like a set template of what you want, and there's
Mm-hmm.
not much editing, that would work. Obviously, if you have to explain a lot, sometimes I feel, and maybe it's just me, but sometimes I feel like I'm like, you know what, it's just easier we do it in house. It's going to take longer to
Yeah.
explain than it is actually to do.
Yeah.
So if it's, if you need an intro with the logo, maybe some music at some point, and you have a specific idea of how you want the video to look into Fiverr. You may be able to get a contractor, maybe have somebody on call part-time if you're doing this, say, one a week,
Yeah.
and
Great idea.
take that off your plate, right?
Yeah. It is fun though to learn these different things, I must say. Like, and I think that's why anybody taps into, oh, I'm just going to explore this. And I also loved the flashlight in the face kind of now.
Yeah, you know what? It absolutely is. But of course, and as you probably know this, right? The question is, how is your best time better used, right?
hmm Yep.
If you're
Very
doing it for
smart.
fun and you're absolutely enjoying it and that's the way you recharge your energy, I say, yeah, keep editing video. But if it's coming in the way of those things and your business, maybe it's a way to leverage, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Very wise.
Yeah. So check Fiverr, Fiverr.com.
Hmm.
We've actually found some great people there.
Yeah, some of those different types of avenues where you can hire somebody for a small period of time. Uh, we've tried that in the past and it did not work out well. I don't know if I didn't have settings right or whatever it was. And I haven't tried Fiverr. It, like the inundation of resumes and people not even in one iota tapping on what you've requested, it was
Yep.
kind of a little insane. But
Yep.
yeah.
So I remember from my software, when I had my software development company, when I grew it, I actually grew it mainly off Upwork, which is one of these sites where you hire
Yes.
people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I became quite proficient on certain things. So one of the first things is that you have to, like, it is time consuming, and there has to be some kind of process to hire and to filter people out, right? So for example, even right now, we're actually, with my business partner, we're actually we just put an ad out to hire somebody else, right? And we actually have a process. We're like, we have our job description, and we literally put in there, you're going to be asked what your age is, and this is just to test whether you're paying attention to detail. The answer to that question is 77. So they send the email in with the resume. They get an automated email back with a Google form. And in the Google form, apart from other things, it asks them, what's your age? And if they don't put 77, they're not in the race anymore, right?
Yeah.
So stuff like that. And because you're looking at such big mass of people, especially when you're hiring somebody. Now, Fiverr is a little bit different because they do it by gig. So that's where it's a little bit different because they do it like literally by gig. You can say, I want somebody to edit one video, right? And then you see if it works for you or not.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, it seems like a lot is happening on your plate, eh, Laurie? On your side.
I don't know how you're keeping up with all those Instagram things. Honestly, I can barely get 1 3-minute video edited and done up every once a week. I mean, holy crap.
Yeah, we have 29 of them.
Jeez.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That's nuts.
And a lot of them are like around 11, 13 minutes. But
That's
also
awesome.
I have help, right? I'm talking with someone. Makes it easier.
Fair play. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know about you. I'm getting more and more comfortable. Kind of like Andrew saying, the fear. Like that's what stopped me before. Like, I don't want to get in front of camera. Now I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, and the first video was so scripted. The second one was just like dot dots. And now I'm like, I made some notes and I'm just going to hit record and just talk and we'll see what happens. Right. It's just like, I know roughly what I want to say and I'll just let the camera run. And if I don't like it, I'll just reset and do it again. Like, who cares? But
I think that's smart. I just think that learning curve is an interesting experience.
Yeah, and I think something that we're all getting out of this, because we're doing so many Zoom calls and meetings and everything's happening online, is literally being comfortable in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Just being able to chat and being able to at least, as much as we can, relate to people through a camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, how are your videos going, Ben?
They're good. I have a good list of ones I want to get through now. I'm trying to tie them together as well, right? Not just, I don't want to be talking about one thing and then just completely left field, right? Like, I usually take one piece that I talked about before and then elaborate on a little bit, also just
smart.
Trying to keep it also relevant too, right? That's like just relevant for what's like the information that's like wanted right now, right? It's also that as well. But yeah.
Since you're doing video, do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Are you uploading them there as well?
Yeah, I am.
You know what? I can't find your YouTube channel.
I know it's hard to find. My issue is that there is apparently there's a Ben Jacobs in the U.S. who's like a very prominent like reporter for CNN.
Oh, really?
So if you type in Ben Jacobs in YouTube, he comes up a lot. Or there's a professional rugby player in Australia who's Ben Jacobs. As well as he doesn't come up as often on there, but there's also a hip hop rap artist in Texas named Ben Jacobs too, which is hilarious. So
I think you should tap into that.
Pretty funny. So even if you type Ben Jacobs finance, I still don't come up somehow. It's like, this is ridiculous. So I'm working on trying to come up in the search engine there.
Oh my gosh. Like the thumbnail, you should do the start of a few videos that have those 3 big guns in it, and literally have their face, have your face, but then it segues into what you want to speak about.
That's
right?
So funny.
I totally agree. You know what? And you can actually mention that at the beginning of the video, right?
Yeah.
You can be like, listen,
it's not me.
Despite the fact that you got
funny.
here. Yeah, you got here. I am not this guy. I'm not this guy. Thank you that you actually made it here, right?
Yeah. I think you should totally do that.
That's a good idea.
That's awesome.
And I can't even make a custom URL yet because I don't have 100 subscribers.
Oh, you got to tell us all. We'll all subscribe.
Yeah, I know. I've been working. Well, I know that's what I've been trying with the videos. But yeah, I have to literally try and invite people, and working on getting them on my website and stuff as well. So working on my WordPress theme and how to share those on there as well. So again, it's a process, right? It's building one platform at a time.
Oh, but you could get 100 so quick, man.
Yeah.
Like send it to your students, send it to your family, send it to the BNI.
Yeah, you know what? I'm still looking at. I'm still looking.
Still trying to find me. See, that's a bad thing. If you have to try that hard to find me, that's a bad thing. Yeah.
Funny enough, CNBC.
You're not private, right?
Nope, not private.
Are you having the same issue, Lori?
I haven't started plugging him in yet. Plugging him in, like him isn't sitting in front of him.
I have 1 subscriber. Yep, that's great. It's funny.
Wow, can find you. You know what? Yeah, we'll have to do something with this.
Oh, I will. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like user UCH6Q7KJ38. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, follow me here. Right?
The first thing that came up for me in my search was Ben Jacobs body slammed.
Oh, that's probably the rugby guy. Yeah.
I've got Ben Jacobs alone, Ben Jacobs 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Yeah,
there's the rugby guy.
I told you, it's kind of funny. I got to get one of my videos to go viral, and then maybe I'll get some.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. If
you're a funny one.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have your channel, like you're creating the video anyways, right? Are you putting them in your channel?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think I found you. Nope, that's not you.
So is it just Ben Jacobs, or is it Ben Jacobs?
No, it's like I don't have a name because it's.
You do have a name though. Like your channel name.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's Ben Space Jacobs. That's it.
Do you have your website mentioned on the description?
Yes.
This is so weird. Are you sure you're not private?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not private.
Anyways,
and
we'll take.
And it's your face.
It's just
like
the
your
same
promotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
So
I've just went
strange.
through like.
Give me the name of one video.
Well, what should I invest in?
What
There's going to be a lot of people posting about that.
But not Ben Jacobs.
True.
Do you have 2 videos?
Yes.
Do you have a skyline as your icon?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh God, here we go, guys. There, I put it in the chat.
Found it.
Hey, it took Bailey the whole time to find that.
Bailey, can you send it to us?
I just sent it in the chat. I am not.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry.
I just subscribed.
Oh.
Sorry, which chat? The chat of this?
This one, yeah.
Okay.
See, brutal. I know. That is terrible SEO.
Oh gosh.
It's horrendous.
So could you private message that to me on WhatsApp, and I'll make sure I sign up?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, I just subscribed to it. But that's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. I'll take a quick look at that. Yeah, to see what's.
There's a few Jewish lawyers that are Benjamin Jacobs as well. I'm like, oh man, like I can't catch a break.
awesome. Go in there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I need to get that.
There you are.
Hey, I need that custom link.
You got 3 subscribers now.
Oh, now I got 3.
Listen,
Oh, man.
that is 300%. No, is it? What is it? Yeah, 200% more than you had 2
Massive.
minutes ago.
Those are
massive.
good. That's good statistics, man.
That's it.
Wow.
Why is your
you-
wife not attached to you?
Oh yeah, I should get my wife to subscribe as another subscriber.
Yeah. And then make one for Audrey. And she
Yeah,
can
exactly.
subscribe. Your mom, your dad.
Just like,
your
everybody.
wife's mom and
Yeah.
dad.
but if you do Google, because Google owns YouTube, right? So,
Yep.
Yes.
so if you do Google ads, can you promote videos on there as well? There you go. So I know I'll put some money behind that stuff too, just to help,
Mhm.
initially get that audience up, right? I don't mind.
Yeah.
Clearly it worked for the Facebook post, right? So I want to do that next time, do a proper one, an actual ad, as you said last week, for Instagram, Facebook on this next video, as well as for YouTube. Even like you said, it's crazy how much of an effect even like $1 or $2 a day
Yeah.
makes.
Because
Right?
it's just the continuity of it, right?
And just like you said, even if it's okay, that's if you do $2 a day, even the low end is $30 a month. Okay.
Yep.
Like you do that for 3 months, like that helps in terms of your visibility, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And there are worse ways to spend, $60-$90.
I have a comment as I'm looking through your channel. You have your playlists live.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know that?
Nope.
So you might want to make those private,
Yeah, I should.
especially the striptease one. That's really bad.
Yeah,
I'm joking. I didn't see any striptease one.
I was about to
But
click on it. I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna click.
Yeah.
No, it's my workout playlist. Yeah, people don't need to see that.
Yeah, actually, it is. I'm looking
So
at
funny.
it now.
I'm like, ooh, new music. I'll add this, but I didn't realize. Oh, it's showing that. It's because for some reason it's connected to my regular Google account, right? But
Yeah, but you can make it private because
Yeah.
I was saying that to my assistant. Don't you dare post anything live until I double check everything.
Yeah.
it's funny. Yeah, I still have to
Like crazy.
settings.
That's
There you go.
But there
Thanks,
you go.
guys.
Fantastic. So yeah, anything else? Any other questions that you guys may have? Anything else I can help you guys with today?
No, that's it's been helpful as usual. Thanks, Efren.
Got it, Lori. Anything
do
Lori,
have
that's on your mind?
one
Please,
question.
of course.
So, how does a serious company leverage TikTok?
That's a
That
great
might be
question.
actually for another day,
Yeah.
because that's a big question.
Did we ever do the segment on TikTok? No, we didn't do a segment on TikTok. You know what? I'll do it. I'll start with TikTok next week.
Cool.
On how to leverage it. Something to keep in mind though is the audience that's in TikTok, right? It's a very younger audience.
Yeah.
I know there is an
Yeah.
older, more mature generation that's coming into it as well because of the
Yeah.
entertainment value. But the grand majority of users on TikTok are a bit of a younger generation. But yeah,
There are some serious players on there, though.
I know.
Like, I don't know if you've seen Derek Huff. He's a dancer. Him and his wife's productions are like mind-blowing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how we could leverage. I'm not sure if either of our businesses, of us in here in the call right now, would be able to leverage that. But I'll put that at the beginning segment for next week. We've made a note, and we're going to talk TikTok next week.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
You got it. Anything else before we call it a day?
No, that's great.
No? Okay, cool. Well, thank you
Thank you,
again,
Efren.
guys. Thank you very much for showing up today. Hope you have a fantastic week, and I will be in touch soon.
Bye.
Later.
Bye. Thanks again.